Hello, and welcome back to the dining room for yet another unboxing. Today, we will be unboxing the Mohu Leaf Supreme Pro. It's an antenna for over-the-air signals. Now, I'll explain what all that means, but for those of you who just want to know what's in the box, well, why don't you just skip on to the next chapter where I will open this box and we'll get into the unboxing part. And then the chapter after that, I will actually install this in my living room behind my TV. Why am I buying an antenna? It's 2023. We have streaming. We have dozens of ways of getting television. Why would you want to get it over the air? Well, A, it's free. Well, less the $90 I paid for this. By the way, this is no longer available on Amazon, but there's a $20 cheaper model, which will be linked below. This says it's good for 65 miles. Actually, I don't think it says that on the box, but it said it on the listing. And the cheaper one is 60 miles. With streaming and everything, why would I want an antenna? I have cable. There's the rub. I have cable. I have Comcast cable. Those of you with Comcast cable are all just shaking or nodding your heads going, oh, now I understand. Your life is ruined. Ruined, I say. Comcast is horrible cable. More importantly, it tends to go out. Oh, and because it's also my internet, when it goes out, I lose internet and TV. And by the way, when does it usually go out? Oh, that's right, during storms. The one time you kind of want your TV so you can see what's going on with the storms. Well, I'll be able to watch TV when my cable's out. More importantly, this could become step 0 towards cord cutting, which is something I'm looking into. We'll have further videos down the road. Comcast is already costing me like $260 a month for internet and TV, which is just ridiculous. And, oh, it's January of 2023. Comcast sent me an email saying, oh, well, our costs have gone up, so we're going to be jacking up your prices. So my $260, $270 bill is probably going to go up to close to $300. And that's ridiculous. So I'm going to start looking into cord cutting. Just cut back to Comcast for internet only. And this is one way I might achieve that. Because I don't know if any of you have looked into cord cutting. Most of the services where you can get like the cable kind of channels don't have all the local networks. Like Hulu only has a couple of the major networks. And I think YouTube TV has the most. So you'll probably be seeing a YouTube TV video in the near future as I try that out. But anyway, for now, we're just going to get into the Mohu Leaf Supreme Pro. Now, while I'm opening this, I have used antennas in the past. They don't tend to work real well. Although, unlike the olden days, if you're old enough like me to remember like rabbit ears and that kind of stuff, you'd get snowy pictures. Now that it's digital, you either get a picture or you don't get a picture. This is the actual antenna. And as you can see, it is curled up from having been in that box for so long. And since it's going to be installed onto my wall, I want it to be flat. So I'm probably not going to install it today. I'm probably going to have to leave this with books on top of it to flatten it out so that I can get it installed. Well, that's the actual antenna. It doesn't look like much at all. Well, it does have the coax connector, so for connecting to your antenna input on your TV. And what else is in here? We have a very long coax cable, which I will not need because I'm going to install this on the wall directly behind my TV. But I'm old enough to have lots of these, all different lengths, so I will find one that's a little shorter. What else is in here? Well, here we have it. It's a powered antenna, so this is a USB. Well, there's USB on the back of my TV. Well, and now that box is empty. And here are the little pins and things for installing it on the wall. And you get a little one-page description. So as you can see here, it's a first stage amplified indoor HDTV antenna. There's the antenna, which I showed you. Then we have the power injector, and then a 16-foot coax, hook and loop tabs, and push pins. Prominent LEDs on the front of the antenna let you adjust the placement of your antenna in real time. So you can try different places, and there's a little signal strength indicator on the antenna itself. Cable to the power injector, and then it has an attached thing to go into the TV, where you also will pick up your USB port. Although you can also plug it into, a USB wall outlet. Push pins will go into the small holes at the top edge to kind of hold it in place. The power injector must be powered in order to function. If you do not have a USB port, you will need the USB power adapter sold separately. Well, that's really all there is to it. Like I said, I need to get this flat, so we're gonna go away for a while, probably a day. I'll probably get back to this, do this tomorrow afternoon. That was the unboxing, not a lot to it. Well, antenna is a very simple product. When we come back, I'll be in the living room.
4 to 6 days later.
So welcome to the living room. It's been a few days because, recall, this was all bent in the box. Well, it took a lot of books and a lot of days, and actually, look, it still has a bit of a thing, even though it's been 5 days. It should be good enough to work with. So I have all the materials here. And as you can see on the screen, I have run the channel tuning. There's nothing attached, and it found 0 channels. Well, there's nothing attached. So now I'm going to hook this up. And it's relatively simple. You attach the coax to the antenna itself. Okay, done. Then you plug the other end of the coax from the antenna into the little amplifier portion. Now I'm going to plug this USB. You see when I plugged in the USB, the light comes on the antenna, so it's getting power from the TV, from the USB port. And now we need to plug the other end into, so now I've got the other end of the power thing plugged into the back of the TV. Now we can pull this whole thing. Okay, I'm going to have to pull the TV out of ways so I can get back here. For now, I'm just going to use these little pins. Okay, so I have that side hooked up. This is actually proving to be more of a challenge than I expected. So it is marginally connected. I don't want to do too much to stick it on because I may have to move it around because that's one of the things it says. So now we're going to retry. Looking good. Oh, wait, 2. Ooh, 50. Ooh, I think it's working. So that was the UHF. Now it's scanning VHF. And I don't think any of ours here in the Memphis area are still on VHF. In fact, it found none. So 38. And here we are. So according to my TV, I now get my local CBS affiliate and a couple of sub-channels. That's my local PBS affiliate, which also has a few sub-channels. 24 is my ABC. There's my local CW affiliate with a whole lot of sub-channels. So basically, by the way, and the local ABC and CW affiliates are both owned by the same company. In fact, they do the same news. But clearly, they're interested in maximizing revenue, so they have gone with sub-channels instead of quality on the main channel, although it looks all right. Not a lot to this. I'll come talk to this camera because I have light over here, and I don't have light over there. Pretty straightforward. Now, admittedly, I live in a city, and so I'm like, I believe I looked up, if you go to mohu.com, their website for these antennas, you type in your zip code, it'll show you what channels are available and how far away they are. Most of my channels here are about 7-8 miles that away, which, by the way, is almost, it's just a little off axis on the way the antenna is placed on this wall, so they're at a slight angle. And then there's some more that are 13 or 14 miles that away. And then there's some more that are a few miles that away down in Mississippi. But as you can see, relatively painlessly, I took it out of the box. The biggest pain was flattening it out. So you had to get it flat so you could put it on the wall. And now I'll have to go back there after the video and tidy up so it's nice and flat against the wall. But I get all my local channels for free over the air. Win-win. So now when the power goes out and I lose my cable, I'll be fine. I have battery backups down here on the floor for all of this equipment. So even when the power's out and the cable's out, I can still watch TV. And now, when the cable's out, I can still watch TV. Mainly the news to see what's going on with the weather. That's pretty much it for this video. Now, there will be future videos because I will be, probably the next cord cutting video will be researching what the options are. Like YouTube TV and Hulu does some. There's a lot of places that will give you cable, like the cable channels that you're used to on cable, and your local channels, some of them. But now again, I got my local channels, but of course I can't record these. And that's the other thing. Again, come back for that video because I believe YouTube TV lets you record things and then play them back later. And I think it's unlimited. So, and it's like $65 a month, and I think it's even on sale right now. So, I'll be looking into all that. I'll do another video where I'll go do and lay out all the options, and then I will try 1 or 2 or 3. So I'm going to have to try YouTube TV last because I think that's the one I'm going to get. So that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. Antenna works great. If you look online, there's other people that do reviews of this. I don't have a signal strength thing, I don't think, on this TV, whereas a lot of the other reviews, they actually have signal strength so they can show you. But I watched several where they were surprised how good it worked. Well, I'm a little surprised how good it worked. I'm impressed. I think I paid $80, and again, I mentioned in the other part that one's not available anymore, but they have one that's $60. Well, again, if you live in a city, now if you live out in the sticks, you're probably going to want an outdoor antenna, and there's lots of channels and other YouTube creators who do antenna reviews, and you can go see which one of those you want. But for me, this is perfect. I'm very happy. So thanks for stopping by. See you next time. Bye-bye.